Good day, students. So for today's video, it is all about how to use the general journal. So this is a separate video on the most of my videos talking about how to create the journal entries of each of the problem. Now we will focus on how you will use your general journal because some or most of the students hindi pa nila gamay kung paano gamitin ang isang general journal. So review, general journal is the chronological order of the day-to-day business transaction of a company. So, for this video, we will be using the Rosenda Huerto Company. So, as you notice, so makikita nyo dyan sa screen, is transaction 1 for the month of January 1 for the year 2020. The transaction of Rosenda Huerto wherein Rosenda Huerto invested 150,000 in cash to start the business. Yan yung problem na gagamitin natin para malaman nyo kung paano nyo gagamitin si General Journal. So first, at the top part of the page sa inyong General Journal is you write the name of the company or the owner. So, Rosenda Huerto. Okay. So, yan no. First nga inyong buhaton or first na gagawin ninyo, I'm sorry, I am a Bisaya. Bisaya po ako. So, may mga times na nagbibisaya ako. I'm very sorry for that. So, we'll try to talk in Tagalog and in English for you to understand furtherly our topics. So, for this column, ang ilalagay mo is the date. Okay? So, dyan mo ilalagay yung date, the word date mismo. Now, as you notice, itong pinakamalaking area ng iyong general journal, ang ilalagay mo na heading dyan is particulars. Okay, particulars yung ilalagay mo dyan. Okay? And then, dito, itong dalawang column na to, na divided into small columns, sila ang tinatawag nating number 1, dito mo ilalagay ang heading na debit, and dito mo ilalagay sa number 2 na column si credit. Okay, because in accounting, we are using the double entry bookkeeping. So what it means when we say double entry bookkeeping, meaning in every transactions, meron kang ilalagay for the debits and meron kang ilalagay for the credit. Okay, so that is double entry bookkeeping. Now, balik tayo sa problem, no, for Rosenda Huerto. So, ang nakalagay na date for Rosenda Huerto is January 1. So, dito sa part ng number 1 na number is ilalagay mo yung month, January. Okay, dyan mo ilalagay si January. And then dito mo ilalagay si 1. Now, for the year is dito mo siya ilalagay the upper part of the word date. Okay? Year 2020. Okay? Now, the problem states that Rosenda Huerto invested 150,000 in cash to start the business. So, when we say in accounting, when it says invested, meaning naglagay ka ng pera mo doon sa business for it to operate. Tama? So, because cash is an asset, as you notice, diba, Rosenda Huerto invested cash. And cash is classified as an asset. And when an asset increases, ilalagay mo siya sa debits. Okay. So, So in writing your debits, okay, we are just talking about how to use the general journal to furtherly understand on creating the entries of each of the transactions. Meron po akong hiwalay na mga videos doon. So, browse lang po kayo sa ating YouTube channel. Meron po kayong makikita dyan na mga videos all about journal entries. Okay. So, when we say invested in cash, debit in cash because it increases and cash is an asset. And when an asset increases, you will entry on debits, I mean. So, lagay mo dyan si cash. Okay. Please be reminded. Okay. Students, please be reminded. When you are writing your debit accounts, okay, si cash is an account. And then, nakalagay siya sa debit side. So, dapat dito, dito siya nakasulat. Okay? This is very wrong. When you write debits, mali po yung ginagawa ng iba na when they write debit is ganyan. Naglalagay sila ng space dito. Huwag nyo pong lagyan ng space dyan. Because kapag naglagay po kayo ng space, no, it means this account is classified on credit side na siya. So, kung mali po to na naglalagay kayo ng space dyan. If you are to put your debit accounts, dapat dyan siya nakalagay. Walang space. And then, ganyan siya, okay? So, dapat walang space. So, yan ang correct na placement ng debit accounts. Okay. So, sabi niya, Rosendo Huerto invested 150 cash. So, dito tayo. This column for the debit. Okay. Dahil debit siya na account, cash. So, dito sa debit mo ilalagay ang amounts din. Straight sa kanya. Okay. Straight sa kang cash. Okay. So, you will write 150,000. Okay. As you notice, hindi natin ginamit tong area na to. Because this area is for the centavos. Okay? Diyan mo ilalagay kung ang mga amounts na given sa isang problem is meron siyang centavo. Diyan mo ilalagay ang centavo na amount. In the placement of the numbers or the amounts in here, ang gagamitin natin ay ito. Ito sila, oh. Okay. For this one, di ba dito, nandyan si centavo. Di ba itong column na to? Ito si centavo. So, second column is for the ones. The third is for the tenths. Ang kasunod is for the hundreds, and then next is for the thousands. Next is for the 10,000s, and then next is for the 100,000s, and lastly is for the millions. So as you notice, so ganyan natin. Kita niyo yan? Okay, yan. So ito yung placements. No, malayo masyado. Okay. So, ito yung placement. Your amount is 150,000. And then, for the placement of 100,000, dito, di ba? Itong column na to. So, as you notice, si 150,000, nag-start siya dito na column. Because some of my students, minsan, ang mali nila sa kanilang journal entry is not the amount itself. It's the placement of the amount. Kasi, nagsta-start silang magsulat ng kanilang amounts dito sa millions. And then, the amounts given on the problem is 100,000. So, dapat dito ka na column mag-start. So, I hope na gets ninyo ang ibig kong sabihin on the placement of the amount. Okay, I hope nakuha ninyo ang idea. I hope na intindihan ninyo. You get the point of the discussion. Okay, now, we are done with the debit side. Now, we will proceed on the credit side. Sinabi sa problem, Rosendo Huerto invested 150,000 in cash to start the business. So si cash is nailagay niya na. Nasa debit side na siya dahil pumasok si cash sa business. Pag nagpasok ka ng cash, if you are the owner and then nagpasok ka ng cash into the business, it is classified as an investment. And the accounts na ginagamit kapag nag-invest ang owner sa kanyang business is the capital. Okay? So, ang kanyang investment is nagagawang capital ng business. Dahil ginagamit yung pera na yun to run the business. So, the capital. Okay, classified mo na capital yung account. So, the normal balance of the owner's equity account is on the credit side. So, when the owner's equity increases, bakit siya nag-increase? Dahil may investment na nangyari. So, when the owner's equity increases, you are to put it on the credit side. Okay. So, paano isusulat si credit side? Ganito siya. So, the surname, which is Huerto, and then comma, and then you will write the word capital. So, yan na yung credit side mo. So, as you notice, kanina sinabi ko, when you are writing your debit accounts, do not put a space in this side. Huwag kang maglagay ng space dyan. Dahil, sa sinabi ko kanina, maka-classify siya as a credit account. So, this is how you write your credit account. So, maglalagay ka ng space dyan. Okay? This is your debit and this is your credit. Kasi, okay, kung for example, ganito ang pagkasulat mo, si cash, debit mo. And then, ganito yung pagkasulat mo. Naglagay ka ng space dyan. And then, si Huerto Capital, sinabi mo, inilagay mo dyan kasi credit mo din siya. So, naglagay ka din ng space. When the teacher checks your work, this is a credit, not a debit. So, dalawa silang credit. Mali ka na agad dyan. So, dapat ganito mo pagkasulat. Okay? Nandyan si debit, andito si credit. So, meron kang space sa credit na side. Alright? I hope you understand. So, on the credit side, amounts, isusulat mo si 150,000. Kasi ang sinabi sa problem, Rosenda Huerto invested 150,000. So, isusulat mo dahil hundreds ang binigay na amount, you will start writing on the hundreds thousands. 150,000. So, wala kang ilalagay dito dahil walang sentavo na ibinigay sa problem. And then, wala ka ring ilalagay dito na side dahil hindi naman milyon ang ibinigay na amount sa problem. It is only 100,000. So, 150,000. Okay. Now, we will proceed on the last part of a journal entry. Okay. The explanation. The explanation class, it is very simple. Makikita mo lamang ito sa problem itself. Okay, the problem stated, Rosenda Huerto invested 150,000 in cash to start the business. So, ang ilalagay mong explanation dito, it will always start on the word to record. Why? Because the general journal is the record or chronological record of day-to-day business transaction of a company. The next of to record is to record the invested cash of Rosenda Huerto to the business. Ito na yung general journal mo. Ito na yung entry mo on January 1, 2020. So this is how you use your general journal. Andito si date. In the particulars, dito mo makikita ang debit account, then may space for the credit account, and then the explanation, the debit amounts, which is straight siya on the debit account, and then the credit amount, which is straight din siya sa the credit account. Okay class, so in-erase ko lang yung area na to para may space tayo for discussion. Okay? So, what you will do kapag meron ng next transaction na isusulat mo. So for example, if your next transaction is dated January 1 again, 2020, so ang ilalagay mo, need mo nalagyan ng space dyan. So dito ka sa next na row, susulat ng January 1. Huwag ka nang magsulat dito ng month, okay? Huwag mo nang isulat dyan si month. Dito, huwag mo nang isulat si month dyan. Dyan lang. It means, lahat ng mga dates na nandito is for the month of January 2020. Okay. So, dito mo ilalagay si 1. So, may space ka na row, and then the next row ka magsta-start ng iyong next transaction. And then, the same process. Dito, si debit, may indents, may space. For example, the problem is on January 1, 2020, the company pays the advance rent, the 2-month advance rental for the amount of 5,000 pesos. So, advance rental, then payment. So, for you to be able to understand why nga mag-come up tayo ng journal entry for that problem is meron akong separate na video dyan. The credit for that problem stated is prepaid rent. Kasi advance yan na payment for the 2 months rent. So, from the word advance payment. And then, because you are paying, you are using a cash. So when an asset account increases, it is on the debit side. But when an asset account decreases, it is on the credit side. So it means may inilabas kang pera para bayaran si prepaid rent. So because inilabas mo yung pera, it is on the credit side. Okay. Kung dito, ganito kalaki ang iyong space on your first journal entry, dapat ganyan din kalaki ang ilalagay mong space on your next journal entry. As you notice, class, straight sila, di ba? Okay? Okay, that is what we call as accounting is an art. Linis yung trabaho mo kasi same yung mga spaces. Okay? Nandito lahat ng mga debits mo, nandito lahat ng mga credits mo, nandito lahat ng mga explanation mo. Okay? And then your explanation is to record the 2 months advance payment for rent. Okay? Okay. As you notice din, class, when you are creating your explanation, kapag mataas yung explanation mo, huwag kang mag-write dito, huwag kang magsulat na dito na side. So, dapat ang nakikita lamang po dito na side is the amounts. Okay. Dito sa particulars, lahat ng mga words, lahat ng mga debits, lahat ng mga credits, lahat ng mga explanation. So, kung nagamit mo na dito na side, same nito, right? So, may karugtong pa na huwerto to the business. So, dyan mo, next ka na, row. Huwag kang magsulat dito. Now, so for the next, balik tayo dito sa next na transaction. So, 5,000, diba? Sabi sa problem is 5,000. Okay. So, dito mo ilalagay si 5,000. Okay, sa thousands. Thousands. Balik tayo dito, oh. Ito, thousands. Ito, thousands. Okay? So, 5,000. So, wala kang sinulat dito dahil walang naibigay na sentavo ang problem. Wala ka ding sinulat dyan dahil thousands lamang ang amount na ibinigay ng problem, which is 5,000. Okay? Next, on the credit side, same. Okay? So, ito yung credit side mo, which is the cash. Straight niyan. Dito mo ilalagay si 5,000. Okay. So, as you notice, straight silang lahat. Tama? Okay? Grabe talaga ang mga kantahang nagaganap. Pasensya na po. So, next. If ever, hindi talaga if ever, on the next transaction, lagay ka na naman ng space ng isang row. And then, for example, the next transaction is on January 2. Yung 2 lamang ang ilalagay mo dyan. Huwag mo nang ilagay yung month. And then, you will write your debit. You will write your credit. Na dapat same sila ng spaces. Or straight sila lahat. Straight sila lahat. Kuha tayo ng ruler. Because accounting is an art. So, the first nature of accounting is an art. So, diba? Straight lahat ng iyong credit. Para pag meron ng mga nakasulat dyan lahat, maganda silang tingnan. Okay? Tapos, yung mga user mo, for example, you are a certified public accountant of a company or a bookkeeper of a company, when the owner of the company wanted to see the general journal of the company, madali niyang mababasa ang mga transaction even though maliit lamang yung knowledge niya sa accounting. So, madali niyang mababasa. Alright? Madali din niyang maiintindihan nga, ito pala is credit because may indention siya. So, lahat ng mga naka-indent is the credit accounts. And then, the debit amounts are nandito lahat. So, madali niyang maiintindihan even though maliit lamang ang kanyang knowledge on accounting. Alright? Okay, so here is an example of a complete general journal of a company. 1 month lamang po to. So, first page po iyan. So, as you notice, these are your debits. Alright? So, may mali dyan. May space dyan. So, dapat hindi talaga bigyan ng space si debit. Huwag mong bigyan ng space. Lagay mo dito. And then, for the credits, meron silang mga indentions. So, makikita mo agad-agad that these accounts na may indentions are your credit accounts. And these are your amounts. As you notice, malinis tingnan. Madaling mababasa. Tama po ba? So, this is how you use your general journal. So, I hope this video nagbigay ng idea or lesson kung paano mo gamitin ang iyong general journal. So, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you learned something. And if you wanted to learn more, browse on my YouTube channel. And there are many videos that is very useful for you to be able to understand more on the subject accounting. So, see you on the next video po. Good day.